we're back in SoulWorker. It's a anime-style action combat MMO, very much like Vindictus with zoning instances. I hate to call these game MMOs because to me, I mean, they are MMOs, but they're not an open world MMO. This is definitely not an open world MMO. They're instance-based MMOs, which aren't really my favorite, although I do like action combat, which is the only reason I'm really here. And I love the anime style. The anime style I think is fantastic. It looks very cool. I've been playing, I'm going to go ahead and go to the North American server. The other thing that's very interesting is they have the EN server, which when I first saw that I thought it was English, which EN typically means English. EU would be Europe, but the EN server is actually the European server, so don't click that if you want to do the North American server. I'm going to create a new character. I played the Lily Bloomerchin with the big scythe up to about level, I don't know, 7 or 8, and I kind of seen how that goes. I really, since I'm a fantasy MMO kind of player, I want to try the sword. My girlfriend didn't like this character at all, but just why I didn't pick it the other day. But she's not here right now. She's out with a friend, so I want to try the sword girl. And I actually saw a skin. This game has fashion skins that you can get. You can take a look at the character clips. But there's some fashion skins you get from, I don't know if it's from completing quests or how you get them, but I know that you do get them. I've gotten one so far on the other character. I believe I got it from some sort of a chest or possibly a login reward. When you log in, you get rewards. So if you keep logging in every day, you know how a lot of these games give you that kind of stuff, which I think is kind of funny. But so these are fashion previews of different types of fashion sets that you can get. You know, again, it's the little girl thing that these Eastern MMOs have going on, which, you know, I'm not a huge fan of. I do like the anime style. I think it's fantastic. I give, you know, kudos to the art team. They did a great job. You can customize the hair. I'm going to go with the pink hair, I think. Eye color, definitely blue. Blue looks good. Complexion, skin color, I mean. Let's go with a darker skin color, and let's go with this hair. And actually, since I got that hair, let's go with this one here. I really, and then natural. Do they have any other hair? So each character I think has 3 hairstyles, right? There's the wild and short, the Keely. I'm gonna go with the wild and short. And then you also have a standard outfit, and I'm not sure what the standard outfit's for, but I think this may be what you start out wearing. We'll find out, because I'm going to pick the black one. Then we get to pick our sword. We have some interesting looking swords. And I kind of like, with this outfit, I kind of like, well, since they're not giving me a good color, I can't remember if these are the ones that I'm going to start with, so let's find out. The red one's kind of neat, actually. But she's got blue eyes, so blue kind of makes sense. So let's go with kind of a bluish looking. I really hate this outfit if this is what I start with. We'll start off with that. It doesn't really matter. You do change weapons eventually with different skins, I believe. If not, let's just do this.
잘 부탁합니다.
농담이죠?
저런 거랑 진짜 싸워요?
You know, I don't know. Preview. Yeah, that's interesting. Let's see what I like the first one better. Oh, let's see. These are just previews. I guess maybe to give you...
엄마, 나한테 힘을 줘요.
Let's go to... Doesn't seem like the voices are being affected in the preview.
농담이죠? 오지 마.
Oh, these little girls.
귀신이다.
Okay, you're killing me.
잘 부탁합니다.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of these types of little girl voices. I don't know what it is with these Asian MMOs that they do this. Fashion preview, no. So coordinate, select standard outfit. I just don't like any of them. That's the problem. Let's go with the dark one and the blue one. Let's just do this. I think this is the best. All right, character name. Let's try Kiko. Name already exists. We will try Coca-Cola Kiko? Coca-Cola. How about Coca-Cola Co? Coca-Coney. Coca-Coniko. Coca-Coniko. Little girl. Name art exists. Okay, let's try angry. Angry little girl. Angry girl. How about that? All right. And here we go. Let's game start. Now there is the starting kind of quests, which is kind of annoying to be honest, but if you're watching this first time and you want to check out the kind of what the beginning looks like, I'll go ahead and play through it. And I haven't seen this one yet, a girl who wields the scythe. Why did I want to become a doctor? Because I wanted to help people, obviously. I mean, Mom, I did. I even got top marks. So I think the backstory is different. I believe the other character was something else. I don't think she was a doctor, but I could be wrong.
알립니다. 전원 쉘터로 피난해 주십시오. 반복합니다. 전원 쉘터로 피난해 주십시오.
Yeah, because in the other one, it was her brother that she was trying to save. And I'm trying to help my mother in this one. I'll make it, Mommy. I'm not big into anime. I mean, my favorite anime would be Hellsing. Police Girl, Alucard. I liked that, but I'm not a huge anime person, but I do like the artwork for this type of game. I think it's kind of an interesting art look. It's nice to look at. It's just a different feel. I like the UI. It's very clean. And they did a great job on the character screen, I think, as well. If you look at the top left corner. You know, it's easy to see your health. It's easy to monitor what health you're at. It's and the minimap also, I think, is done really well.
어긋난 세계를 되돌릴 힘을 가진 심판자요. 제에게 원흉이 된 술기를 거스른 이계의 존재들에게 심판을.
I thought I had blue eyes. I better have blue eyes. So I was in the void. That's part of the story. I was in the void, and now I'm being pulled out of the void back to the normal world. But because I was in the void, I have coming out with special powers. I'm more powerful than the normal person. Keep showing me with brown eyes. But I have blue eyes. See? Come on, I'm an angry girl. Answer me. Somebody answer me. Over here. Strange child. And up with the strange girl is me. I think, at a younger age. So this tutorial is just showing you how to... It's showing you how to use the UI. Typical kind of starter tutorial they sometimes give you. I can't jump yet. Also, if you put the targeting little square and hit the T key, that's, at least mine's T. I believe it might be F or E when it starts out, but I've rebound my interaction key to be the T key. And now you know how to jump. Okay, you finally get introduced to a little bit of combat. And this is when the sword appears. It's like you have the power inside of you. Look at that. See the sword I just materialized out of nowhere. Let's see if I can... But you see you can jump in the air and attack. Well, they're not letting me do it yet. Should be able to attack while in the air. We'll find out once it I get further along if they open up that ability.
공백에서 떨어진. 자세한 이야기는 나중에. 일단 트럭에 올라타. 여기서 벗어나야 해.
Now, the Sword Girl, as I take it, is the second tankiest character in the game. I guess some are more tanky than others. Obviously, the girl with the scythe is more of an AoE person who can attack, greater AoE range. Now I kill him. Now watch. They're trying to save me. You are me and I am you. Typical Eastern MMOs, always a little bit bizarre, a little bit odd. Their culture is obviously different than ours. More spiritual, I would imagine. I need to visit Korea and China and Japan and figure out why they are the way they are. So basically, that little spirit killed the wolf, but the two people behind me think I did it. Which I guess I did if the little girl's right, because she says you and I are the same person. You and I are one. And I believe that's the void, I think, above me. Just kind of where I came from. I don't know how I got into the void. This, again, like Vindictus, I find it, for me, the stories, if you like to read them, but there's a lot of story going. There's a lot of story that you have to read through, and a lot of times I just... Oh, good. My keybinds are still working. Yeah. A lot of times I just skip through all that stuff because it's so lengthy. And if the story's really good, like when I play Star Wars, I play Star Wars, the Old Republic. The story is really, well, you kind of have to watch the story and listen to it, but it's a really good story. So if I hear you hit space, just like, again, very similar to Vindictus. Look at you, you're awake already. My name is Miriam, and then you kind of get something. Thank me. Why am I here? They don't know yet that what is this supposed to be? I'll explain to you gradually. And we kind of talk about where you came from. You're in the hospital. And eventually they're going to get to the point that they've discovered you're a SoulWorker, which is someone with special powers. And I'm basically turn out to be, like a lot of these MMOs, where you're the savior of the world. You're their last hope, that kind of thing. Okay. I do like how when you move forward and you move forward, your character kind of has to walk to a stop. She doesn't stop instantly, which is kind of nice. Just a little extra protection. Like if I just move a little bit forward, it stops. But if I get to kind of where I'm running and let go of the mouse key, she kind of takes 2 or 3 more steps before she completely comes to a stop. I think those are nice little attention to details that more MMOs should use. Now they're just giving me a medical exam. Are you okay? Blah, blah, blah. And now she wants me to go talk to this guy. He's going to give me more of an exam. And one of the exams is he wants me to, I don't know, try to find out. We hope you cooperate. We're going to find out how strong I am. Physical examination. So. And physical examination is basically to go through this kind of obstacle course. And they're just teaching me how to interact.
잘 부탁합니다. 현 시간부로 테스트 시뮬레이션 가동합니다. 먼저 전방에 보이는 개폐 장치를 작동시켜 주세요.
Okay, approach.
게이트 오픈.
Right.
피지컬 테스트에 돌입합니다. 버추얼 오브젝트를
Now they just want me
로드할
to
테니 힘껏
shut
파괴해
up.
주세요.
Now then we destroy the boxes. Let's see how you're in the air and you can still hit things. Jump up. Okay, this one.
이게 왜 이러지? 다음 테스트로 넘어갑니다.
But see that? See how my other character with the scythe? If I would have done this, I probably would have hit those boxes. She has a much greater range of attack, so she can hit more mobs at once. So she's good for fast clearing. So. Now they just want me to kill these guys. There, they did give me the right click ability. You saw that when I right clicked, it did some sort of a wave in front of me. And then again, I want to show you can jump up in the air, do this. There's that right click button again. So if we hit K, that's not giving me access to my abilities yet. Now this is the window. Let's see, press shift plus directional key or 2 times directional key to evade. So they just want me to dodge through, like that. And I've rebound that ability to my middle mouse click. So they just wanted me to kind of dodge, roll through that area. Sometimes the enemies will show up suddenly. Let me go ahead and jump. Do a little dodge roll. I like her roll a little bit better than the other character. The side throw has that kind of like teleport. Kind of like in Terra. Terra, the one class that has the side in Terra does the same type of like teleport. It looks almost exactly like the one in here too. It's kind of interesting. So she's got like a little force wave forward, which is kind of nice. Okay, so if I left click once, it looks like this. Left click once. I left click twice. Well, actually, if I just hold down the mouse button, so let me hold down left click. So that's her combo, right? And if I right click, she does that. And then if I middle mouse click, while I'm moving, I do a little roll. So those are the basic abilities you start with. Now she wants me to use my special abilities. So I believe now they're going to open up some of these special abilities. Okay. So then I'm going to drag these. Well, they're doing it for me. Oop, at least I thought they were. So they're saying you can place the skills at a maximum of 6 per slot. So, okay, fine. So now I can just hit the A key. Right? Hit the D key. Activate skills entered in a quick slot sequence. Okay, when using skills, the skill navigation will open. Now they have the Z key as the quick combination skill. I've rebound that to my mouse button 3. You can chain skills together. So this is like basically, like if you watch here, I click A. Let's round these guys up. I'm just going to kind of round these guys up in a circle. Get them nice and tight. Okay, A. So all I was doing there was I just hit the A to begin the combo, and then I hit the mouse button 3 to continue the combo. And you can see the A key's changing, and see the counter. How many seconds until I can use that skill? So if I hit A, now I have 15 seconds until I can use Storm Strider. Well, not 15 seconds. I only have until that bar that's in the middle of my screen disappears. But the entire combo resets, I guess, after 15 seconds is what it looks like. Now it's gone back to this skill and that skill. And that's it. I can't do it anymore. So you just kind of have to, I think if you pay attention to the cues on the screen, actually, like a lot of these games where you do these combos, you inherently will build an internal timer, which will kind of give you an idea of exactly, I still can't run yet, which kind of give you an idea of how much time there is between each of these. So hit escape, get rid of that stupid pop-up window. This is as far out as the camera goes, which is one of the things I found really annoying. The AI, as you can see, is pretty poor. These mobs are not turning to face me quick at all. Well, let's go ahead and... But it's got really nice action combat. You see that when I attack, it's attacking where my screen's pointing, right? So if I click, if I'm pointing here and then I immediately go like that, it goes in the direction my camera's pointing. See, if I were to attack here, it's going to go straight in front of me. I move here, I can move here. See, now it's I change direction just by turning the screen with my mouse. So that's what you want. Mouse look is what a lot of people call it. That's what you want in an action system. You don't want to have right-click anywhere to turn the camera like you do in WoW. You just turn the camera. Where your camera's facing is where your attack is going. Okay. Alright, says go. Still going through the training. Ooh. And they gave me some sort of boss who just landed on my head. Alright, I'm going to jump up in the air. And so,
추락하겠습니다.
like all action combat systems, your best friend is movement. Move
물결에
to make sure that you understand your enemy's abilities, understand the arc of their attacks, where their attacks are pointed, where they're going to hit you, make sure you're not in that area while you're attacking. If you do that, you will do well, my young Padawan. And they give you a score. S+, I think, is the highest. All good. Let's get out of here. Go, 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 go. Again, I don't like to read through these quests because they just slow me down. They're boring. But I really just wanted to show you the combat system. It says I've received a login reward, so check the mailbox. And then you go to town, and the town is just like in Vindictus, where you have an area where you pick up your quests, and you have your portals to zone in. It's a little bit easier than Vindictus. In Vindictus, Vindictus shows you have to go to the boat. There's a timer, and here you can just get right in. Now you can select the zone and then try to join as a party, but so far I've never gotten anyone to join my party, which is strange because if you look around the map, right? If you look around the map, you'll see other characters in the game. I mean, there's a guy right there running around in front of me. All the white names here, you know, Leah, Flay, these are other players. These are, of course, quest people. And here's, you know, Aika or Ikak or Ikak, how you gonna pronounce that? Another player. There's another one who just zoned in. So not a lot of people, but there's definitely people. All right. Now look at the mini map. Double doesn't look like I can sprint yet, which kind of sucks. My other character could sprint. So look at the mini map.
몸은 좀 어때?
Find the exclamation points. And if you want to read them, you can, right? Or you can do what I do, just tab space through them really quickly. And here's the Hemi box. I can go ahead and go to Hems, go to the mailbox, system mail, and you can see here login rewards. Let's open this guy up, open. And they give me some sort of device with various items. So let's collect those. There's other ones, but we don't need to worry about that right now. Let's go to our inventory, and let's open this guy up. Say use, and it says item dispenser. So let's use one. It says use 1x. So you could have a bunch of these boxes, I guess. So we'll just say use one item. Okay. And it gives me a metal stone. So this is a crafting item. And you can see that was the only one I have. So close. You can just hit escape to get out of these windows. Let's open the inventory again. We've got this guy. Let's use this. And let's just say use 1x. Use it one time. Let's close that. Close that. Now we've got all these other items. Let's use the green box. And this is where I'm going to close this, but you can see there's some fashion items in here. Let's go ahead and use one item. It's random, right? Okay, so it gave me this one fashion item. So you can right click on that and equip. And now you've got this some sort of khaki cat, and Soulsbound. And so it gave me some shorts. So that's an example of a cosmetic item that you can equip. Okay, I'm just going to space through this guy, pick up the next quest. Space through as fast as I can. Hurry, 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 go, 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 go. This is why I don't read them all, because it would take forever. Look how long it's taking for me just to space through. Same thing in Vindictus. Grab this guy. So as I wait for other MMOs that I want to play, which like Mist of Pandaria, oh my god. Pantheon Rise of the Fallen, which is the one that I think is the most interesting to me that's coming out. I don't think Ashes of Creation looks that great. I'm not real sold on Steven Shotwell. I think this guy, I don't really like him. I think he's kind of, for lack of a better term, he's kind of a douchebag. I didn't like his pyramid scheme that he was trying to run. I don't like how they're marketing, although I understand that a lot of MMOs are doing that these days, of throwing all these ridiculous subscription-based or donation-based systems where, hey, you can give us 10 grand if you want. I mean, hell, you can give me 10 grand. If everybody wants to give me $700,000, I'll stop working as a programmer and sit down and make an MMO. I mean, I would love to do that, but I just think I don't have, obviously, the background in it, but I'm joking. Of course, I mean, I would, but that's not beside the point. I'm not really a fan of how they do their model of getting money in, and I don't really, to me, giving someone that much money up front, I don't know. A lot of stuff that they've shown us is just, they're still very early in the development of that game, so I'm just not sold on them yet. So if they can create a game that's great, I'll play it. But right now, I'm not a fan of the artwork that much. And I'm not really a fan of the combat that I've seen, and I'm also not a fan of some of the ideas they came up with. The spacebar, stupid idea. I mean, I did that for a game I created on a IBM PS2 when I was in high school in like 1988. I had a spacebar that you used to hit to try to get a good dice roll, and if you were closer to the middle, you got a higher number, and that was for a computer-based version of the game Risk that I wrote for class when I was, 16 or 17 years old. And I'm like, wow, you can't come up with something a little bit more, better than that? I mean, I thought that was a horrible idea. You're in the middle of a raid fight and you have to look at the screen to try to hit a space bar at a certain time. That just is not a good idea. You don't want people to look away from what they're doing in combat. Using your abilities and chaining abilities should all be inherently something you just get used to and you learn and you play. When you play the coin-op game, Killer Instinct or Tekken or Tenchu or whatever, these games, you're learning the skills and you're getting used to them and you're building the internal timers, and you want things to be reactive and to be situational, not like, oh, if I just happen to hit a spacebar right when this line meets this line, my attack's going to be more powerful. I mean, it just really doesn't give you much benefit, and it's a stupid system. So the idea, the thing that they even thought of that idea and tried to put it into the game, to me was really surprising, and I wasn't a fan of that, and I'm like, if that's the best you can come up with, then I'm pretty disappointed. So we'll see how it goes. I can be very critical, but I have a ton of experience playing video games and writing, code, and so I think I have a good idea of what would work for people and what people would like to see. And unfortunately, we haven't seen too many games come out that have given the public what they want. And of course, there's a segment, there's a market there for everybody for certain types of MMOs. You can't try to make an MMO that's going to please everybody, because in the end, you're probably just going to fail. Now, I think Black Desert did, and I know I'm getting on a tangent here, but I'm good at that. I think Black Desert was a fantastic game that did a lot of really great things, but they did a couple, just like one or two really bad things that basically ruined it for them and for everybody else. But anyways, I digress. So we've got a quest. Let's go ahead and run in here. And it says that this is main, so I'm assuming this means main quest line, right? I can select it. Now, I could say auto team, but what happens when I click auto team, in my experience, is I haven't been able to get anybody to join. But let's just sit here for a second and see if anybody joins. This video is becoming a little bit longer than I wanted to make, but I wanted just to kind of show you the character creation, which is really, really basic. You have certain characters you have to pick, and they have their names. I mean, you give them a name, but the character has its own name as well, which is kind of interesting. And then you only have, 3 options, 3 different eye colors, 3 different hairstyles, 3 different outfits you can start with, and 3 different types of weapons you can start with. And that's basically it. Now, the rewards, you see that top right corner, it says reward is 3 of those med packs. Those are basically like health potions or health kits. And I find that in the boss fights, I do use those sometimes, depending on if it's a new boss and I don't know what they're doing. I mean, they hit you pretty hard. If you put it on, there's the 2 different difficulties. There's normal, hard, and manic. If you put it on manic, you just get hit once by the boss and you're dead. So look at that, auto team search failed. So I don't think people are really cooperating together to do these things. They're just soloing it. So this game, to me, even though it's an MMO, the leveling experience to me seems like more of a solo leveling. But again, I really enjoy the graphical outlook. I wish you could zoom the camera further back. That would be really nice. I don't know if I can dodge through. Let's try this. It looks like you can dodge through, which is nice. Just holding down the left button here, guys. Nothing exciting. Jump up in the air. Okay. Is he still alive? It's it. Escape to close down those windows. I don't usually look at those unless they're mostly just tutorial type stuff. All I'm doing is holding down the left click button, and then just after the left click 3 attacks is done, I do like a little roll, dodge roll. And that's about it. It's pretty basic. There we go. Now I can run. I double tap forward and I did run. So now we're going to get a few different. So let's take this out. You want to go up and talk to Miriam? She's the girl from the hospital. We're coming in here to save her. She's been apparently. And all the bosses look like the same wolf. At least so far up to level 6, 7, all the bosses, well, not all of them, but I guess it's the same boss. Hold on a second, let me try to kill this guy. Boom. So, just, you know, simple stuff, a little dodge rolling, you know. The bosses will go through an emote like that, like he's doing there, before he does an attack. And look, he spit out the little girl that's supposed to be the one I was here to save. So it's like we're part of the same person. Now I'm even more powerful than I was before. It's like I took her energy and her life force and I kind of pulled it into mine. And now I'm stronger than I was. And I'm a soul worker. And now the girl Miriam knows. Look, she says, "How did you save me?" She goes, "Soul worker identified as a soul worker." So now she's saying I'm a soul worker. That I'd ever witnessed the ascension to a soul worker with my own 2 eyes. So now she says you're a soul worker. I was going to say they better give me S+. Alright, cool. Yes, now let's make sure I picked everything up. Make sure you, when you hit the escape key to get that screen out of the way, you go ahead and pick up anything that's floating around. And I'll stop the video here, but that's the basic kind of beginning to the game, and then it's just rinse and repeat. Pick up the quest, zone in, do all the stuff. I think the interesting part of this game, if it's really worth playing, is if you love action combat, it's definitely worth playing. If you like going into build-outs and trying to build different types of systems, it may be worth playing. Since I haven't done that part yet, I can't really speak to that. But I think it's you know, it's a fun game to jump in and play for like an hour. I'm still looking for a big MMO that I can sink my teeth into and really spend time into. And right now, there isn't one out there that I enjoy. I was playing Riders of Icarus, and the questing was just so ridiculously simple, and the towns were dead. I went to the major city, the biggest one, and I saw one person in the whole town. And then I was playing Star Wars: The Old Republic. I will say that game still has quite a few people playing it, and I enjoy that game. So if you guys want to check out SWTOR, you know, that's still a fairly active game. I think it's worth playing if you like that kind of stuff. But I think you want to pay for you definitely want to pay for the subscription in that game. Without the sub, it kind of sucks. So, and then the other game I was playing was Skyrim, which of course is a single player game. So I think right now I'll probably play this. I'm probably going to bounce around between this game and maybe Star Wars: The Old Republic and maybe Skyrim. Those 3. I'm still kind of out there looking around, going through Steam, seeing if there's any other MMOs out there that are worth playing, but there really isn't. I've been really disappointed the last probably year. The last game I even thought might be interesting was Bless, and that was a total shit show. That game was horrible. I mean, it was just so bad. It was kind of buggy, and it used way too many resources. It did not run well unless you had like super high level computer. Even if you had a super high level computer, there still was what looked to me to be some frame shearing, and it wasn't optimized well. And it was a total cash grab, no doubt about it. They just put that out here in the West just to make some money, and I'm sure the game, if it's not dead, it will be soon. Anyways, if you guys like this video, or if you want more content where I'm kind of looking at some other games, let me know. Of course, I'm still working on my video game in the background. I always am working on that. Will I ever get to the point where I start putting up a lot of videos on that on my other channel, The World of Wassaar? I hope so. I've still been waiting for really to do that, to move into my new apartment, to set up my office space better. And I'm hoping that once I get that set up, it'll be a little bit easier to work. Right now, due to a lot of different reasons, it's tough to sit down and really do a lot of good work in this space I'm in. It's just too small, and I've got a cat here that's right on top of my head. And once I get into the apartment and move out from this other roommate that we have, we'll have a lot more room, and it'll be more conducive to putting up some more videos. I had to go through some videos on some really cool, creating different types of rocks and trees in Blender, in a more of a stylized artwork, which is definitely where I want to go. There's also a castle that I'm working on modeling some pieces of that I think will be reusable. So I need to start coming up with each town in the game and coming up with the artifacts, the art assets. And I'm speaking specifically of the models and the textures that are going to be more reusable. If you look at a lot of different video games, even World of Warcraft or what is that game? Oh, I cannot remember it. It's a survival game, but a lot of those games where you're kind of walking through the world and you can see that certain buildings or certain fences are just the exact same, same fence. Except even in WoW, you're walking through Elwyn Forest and you walk down the road and you can see those wooden fences are just reusable art assets. So I have to basically look at each city in the game and start off with, I'm creating it, as building blocks and start off with the smallest pieces first, but I would still want to plan ahead. And part of that planning is coming up with what I want each city to look like. Who are the natives to that city? What race is native to that town or that region, and how does that affect the style and the layout of the buildings and the land and the weapons and the clothing and all that, and then try to actually start creating those pieces so they're reusable components. Maybe a reusable wall, reusable fireplaces, reusable castle, castle walls or castle, parapets, the different pieces. I can't think of the word for that. But different things like that. And of course you're going to have things like tables and glasses and bottles, and then you have to think about the weapons and the lootable items, and there's just so much to it. And I think to make something that's not going to take me the rest of my life to make, I want to try to make it, really small, just to get people to notice and maybe to kind of get on board with it and say, hey, this looks like you're going in the right direction. And then hopefully I can recruit some people off the Udemy collaboration channel and just get some people who want to jump in and help out, making some models and stuff, as long as they're staying within the vein of my vision. So that's all fun stuff that I'm going to be doing on the Vosslar channel. Stuff I'm always working on behind the scenes. I just haven't really put it into videos yet because I don't think it's ready yet. I don't think I've really scripted that out in a way that the content's consumable yet, in a way that people might want to see it. So I want to, this channel is just my way of, this guy's saying hi, whatever. And you've got these little emotes too.
안녕하세요. 요즘 어떠세요?
D. But yeah, you can see it's pretty weird. This game has got that it's got that Asian influence going on, but this channel's more for fun, more for covering MMOs, doing stuff like that. I love World of Warcraft, and I will be playing Classic WoW as soon as it comes out. Anyways, I'm gonna get going. This guy's what's from Goes Hablas Español. Yeah, just hold on one second. I do not speak. How can I see Whisper Ghost 55? Do you speak hello? No Espanol. Te amo. What is it? Te I am an American? How do you say that? Te I am te amo? Te amo? I can't remember. I used to know some Spanish way back in the day. Americano. Oh. Apparently. Let's try it. I don't know how to whisper in here. Oh, whoa. That was interesting looking. Did you see that? Let's see if I type Ghost 55. No. Strange. Anyways, enough of that. I hope you guys. There's a quest turn in. Let's see what you get for the quest turn in.
어디 아픈 곳은 없어?
I thought you'd never come back to town. Thought you'd die, basically, and get experience. There are soul forcers who have even greater powers than the others. We call them soul workers. A soul worker is someone who has an actual weapon, and I have one. They're the most powerful type of soul forcers, and I am one of those. So I am that special. I suppose you can imagine that there aren't very many of them. So they have 3 of them. I'm the 4th. And 3 of them was just enough to keep the bad people at bay. The funny part is what they call the evil people. They call them evil. Oh, what is it? It's a play on words, like evil men or something, or evil. I don't know. It's pretty funny. I can't remember what it is. I was hoping that she'd say it in the text here, but I don't see it. But anyways, yeah, in the comments, just say anything you guys like. If you don't want to, some people slam me all the time. Oh my God, I don't want to hear you talk. I don't want to hear you meander. I don't want to see all you playing the game. I want you to make more specific content, and that's fine. But I got a day job. I program all day in the office, so I don't always have time to do those specific types of videos. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. This is just what I do. I love playing games. I love talking about them, and I'm hoping to start, coding and creating my own game in the Unreal Engine. And I think in the Unreal Engine 4, using Blender, using a few other tools as well, like World Machine, which is just something I really am passionate about. I'm also love art and music. If I could do it all, I would. But I'm not. Unfortunately, I'm not Elon Musk. I wish I was. But yeah, put your comments at the bottom. Yeah, if what you do like, what you don't like. If you want to subscribe, that would be awesome. I'd love to get more subscribers. And of course, like the video if you liked it. And I will check you guys later. Peace out.